Hey Power BI learner, have you ever struggled to create a measure that calculate a moving average? In this video, let's see how we can define a function in DAX to calculate the moving average of sales. So the logic needs to be defined inside the DAX is we need to define a filter to get the previous 3-month context and a total of 3-month sale and the count of the month, and at last we need to divide the total sales by month so that we can get the average of sales of that period. So the formula would be moving average is equal to total of 3-month sales divided by number of month. To get this calculation, how we can define a function inside a DAX using a function method. So let's see how we can do it in DAX directly. Here I used a matrix, so it shows the month by month sales in a row. So here what I need is I need a moving average like this. So how I can define a function to calculate the moving average? Let's see. So I will name this as a moving average of sales, moving average sales. Okay, moving average sales is equal to, so first thing I need to do is I need to define a filter for month. So I will define one variable so that I will get a filter. Okay, so I will call that as period. Okay, period is equal to, so I need a filter. So what I will use a dates in period function. Okay, dates in period function, and I will give my calendar date, and start date would be the context. If this measure is executing here, this will get the max of this month last date. Okay, the max of this month is the last date of this February, so I will use max date. Okay, max of date. So this is my start date, and I want to go back 3 intervals of month. Okay, 3 intervals of month. So this is my filter defined here. So what it will calculate is, if for example this measure function is executed here in March, what it will do as a filter, it will get the dates in period. Like if it is executing here, the start date would be max of this month date, that is 31st March, and it will go back 3 months backward, and for this it get the date of from Jan to March. So this is become my context. So this is how my period filter is defined. Next thing what I need, as I said, I need a total sale of that 3 month. For example, if it is executing here, I need a total sale of Jan, Feb, March here. So I will define one more variable, that is a total sale, total 3-month sale. Okay, total of 3-month sale, 3-month sales is equal to, here I will use calculate function because I need to define a filter inside that. I need to modify the context. What I will use, I have one measure that is directly calculate the total sales, and here I will give my filter which I already defined. So I will use period filter. So here I can see that whatever the variable I defined as a filter, I am getting over here, I can use inside this function. So period I defined. So what it will do, if this is execute here, it calculate total of 3 months, previous 3 months, because the context I give, interval I give 3 months. So let's to see how it works, let's just return that what totals it gives as my measure. Okay, I will return this total sales. Okay, I will return this and I will execute. So here the function is defined. What I will use, I will get it over here. Okay, in visual I will get it here. See, if I get this over here, I can see that for the first month, so this is I defined like this. For the first month, the date, there is no preceding date, so the total sale is same. For second month, February, it considered the total sale of Jan and Feb, and it gives the total over here. For the March, it gives the total of Jan, Feb, March, because the filter I defined for 3 months, it's giving like this. For April, it consider February, March and April preceding 3 month date it will get as a context, and modify the context to get the total sale of 3 months. So this is how it works. So the second step is done, that we calculate the total of preceding 3 month sales. And the next step I have to do is, here I want to define one more variable that to count the number of month in a context. Okay, so I will call it as month count. Let's say month count is equal to month count I will do. So I want to calculate here also. I have to modify the context, so I'm defining like this. I want to count a distinct month. Okay, count distinct month. I want to count the distinct unique month from my calendar table. There is one field called as month. I want to calculate that unique name of the month for the filter applied, that I already defined the filter, that is period. For it will give the 3 month date over here. Here also, if it is executing, this function is execute here in March, the filter it have is preceding 3 months, so it will get the month name as Jan, Feb, March. So it count the unique number of month as 3. Let's say I will just return that also to see how it works. Okay, count month count. If I execute in a return, here you can see that, see, in January there is no preceding month, so it gives the number of month is 1, and in February it have the preceding month Jan and Feb, it's giving 3. In March it execute, it get the date from the March 31st till Jan 1st. From Jan 1st to March 31st it get the filter context, and it get the number of month is Jan, Feb, March. So it goes on like this. So one more step also we have completed. We get the total sales of 3 months, we get the number of count. The last step, what I have to do is, I can directly return over here. I can divide. What I can do, I can divide total sales that I calculated inside this function. Okay, total 3 month sale. Okay, total 3 month sales divided by my month count. If I divide this, I will get the average of the sales, moving average of the sales. So let's just execute this. Let's see how it works. See, our function is defined now in such a way that it will get the moving average of 3 month sales. It will get the sum of 3 month sales here, and it will divide it by 3. And in the next, in April, it get the sum of sale of Feb, March, April, and divide it by 3. So this is how it goes on working, in a way that it gets the moving average of 3 month sales in each context. So this is a simple way to define a function that we wanted to get the number of moving average of sales for the period of 3 months. So this is what I wanted to explain in this video, how we can define a function inside a DAX to get a required result. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay learning all the techniques of DAX, and keep growing. Thank you for watching.